You can probably hear that. That alarm is for us. The carbon monoxide alarm has been going off for a bit now. And the fire department says that if that happens, they are required to come. So that's what we're doing. Yay. You're okay, honey. Leia is very sick and weak and not eating. All the things are happening at the same time. Yay. Look, a brand new carbon monoxide alarm. So it turns out in 2011 there was a law passed, and the law said, y'all got to have some carbon monoxide alarms, bitches. And then everybody bought carbon monoxide alarms and put them in their houses. And then, 7 years later, all of these carbon monoxide alarms expired. And they started going off. And this is what just happened to us moments ago. And the firemen said that actually this has happened to them dozens of times already this year, that people call them and are like, there's monoxides! And then they get here and they're like, no, they're not, we got fancy devices. So, we're gonna watch Steve install, look, there's a cute Steve right there. Oh, he disappeared. So, they said, you only got the one. You need many carbon monoxide alarms so you can have multiple data points. So now we're installing 3 of them. 3 of them. So that we can have multiple data points. I was mostly fine until I smelled the smoke on the permanent smoke smell on the firemen's, and then I started straight sobbing outside where the firemen could not see me. But turns out when I was 10, me and my whole family nearly got murdered by carbon monoxide. And I pretty much got as close as you can get to kicking the bucket without actually doing it. And then my brain got all mushed. And when the carbon monoxide alarm goes off in your house and you don't expect and you panic, then you just think everyone is gonna die and it's all gonna happen again, and it's pretty terrible until there was sobbing. But we did the right thing apparently of calling the firemen's. So yeah, it was real scary. But look, now we have Handyman Steve's. He's a Steve, and he's real handy. Look at that cute bod. Well, let's do a tilt up from below a Steve. We gotta do one of these fancy little maneuvers.
I'm trying to install.
Maneuver.
I'm trying to install carbon monoxide. Get out of here.
Okay, we're gonna get out of here because there's a grumpy Steve human. Look at that cuteness. This is a man who likes to has a plan. Yeah, he's so cute. Hi, I am driving to the dog park for de-stressifications, and it is rope ready out here, so quit looking at me. Start looking at that sunshine. I just want to say how much I am soups appreciating paying taxes right now. The fire department showed up in like 5 minutes. It was super fast. They were very professional and super kind, and I've never had to call emergency services before. And that was very scary. So, it's nice to pay taxes for super professional humans to show up at your house and tell you Nothing is wrong. Yeah, I guess I don't want that to happen again, but I am glad that when things like that do happen, there are very fantastic people in the San Francisco Fire Department to handle the situations and take control of a situation in which nobody knows what the fuck is going on or what they're supposed to do. So, let's go look at a tiny dog in a tiny dog wheelchair. Yeah. I am realizing that because this thing doesn't really look like a camera, it's like slightly less embarrassing to hold. Like, you know, me, like everyone else on the planet is like embarrassed to talk to themselves on camera in public, but for some reason this thing just feels slightly different. I don't know why. More like a spherical camera where the capture is ambient to the moment. The moment is happening, but because I have this AI doing all the work of framing my face and making sure that it's always looking at me, I don't have to be the one in charge of that. So when I was working on spherical cinematography, a lot of it was around framelessness. Ooh, bright lights. And now it's more about an ambient amorphous blobby frame as opposed to a strict frame, which I would dictate if I was using a framed camera. So I guess it's sort of in between. You end up with a frame that may look dictated. The process of making it is more ambient and less dictated, more like a spherical camera. So yeah, it's somewhere in the middle, which is great. Doggets. Okay, let's go. So I'm going to try a fairly aggressive example of what I'm talking about, where if I just sort of whip the camera around, it manages to find me in most instances. And while I don't stay in frame the whole time, it does give me a lot more like manual flexibility for how the camera works.